Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Growing Happy Babies Birthworkers interview series. In this podcast directory, I make sure that you have the easiest possible time deciding which wonderful birth supporter is right for inviting into your family's journey. All the potential members of your essential prenatal and postpartum village are assembled right here in the Growing Happy Babies directory. Doulas, midwives, prenatal and infant body workers, lactation consultants, and so much more. I'm Adina Kopinski, board-certified lactation consultant and fellow mom. Together, we transition more easily into motherhood. Let's grow some happy babies together. Hello, everyone, and welcome again today. We are talking with Talia Panek, doula in the Modi'in area and beyond. Hi, Talia.
Hi, Adina. Thank you so much for having me.
We're also excited to have you here. Every new voice is a new opportunity to hear a wonderful human talk about birth and maternal transformation. I get so much energy from these conversations. Talia, can you tell us a little bit about how you got into this career?
Sure. So many years ago when I was thinking about, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but let's just say when I was newly pregnant with my eldest daughter, I was looking to have a doula myself. I needed it for many reasons. I was looking to have a natural childbirth. Thank God my husband and I have a very close relationship, but we felt that we could use that external person that knew how to guide us and teach us and kind of help us stay on or in with our goals for the birth. For me, I was quite different actually than I am today. I at first was even thinking about a home birth. That was like a thing, and immediately my father-in-law said, "You could be born at home, not my grandchild." It wasn't a confrontational thing. It was just kind of like, there's a hospital for a reason. And that's okay. Like, I was a little bummed at the time, but my husband actually, that was kind of his mindset about the whole thing. And I was like, you know what? I can have a really beautiful birth and a birth experience in the hospital. So it kind of switched gears into, let's go to a yechidat tiv'it, like let's go into a natural labor suite, let's say. And I started to work with Paula Aji, who's actually a very well-known doula in Israel.
Yeah.
She brought hypnobirthing to Israel, and she's just actually an amazing mind, an amazing teacher. I love her approach to birth. I think that was like the best foundation to learn about birth on. Like, there was no fear involved. It was very practical. It was very like, your body's made to do this, your baby is made to do this. You know, this is like a beautiful design, a natural design that, Hashem, Hashem designed it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'll just in parentheses say, of course, we are very lucky to have beautiful births. And I want to just hold space for people that have had a difficult birth, even though they've done all the preparation that they can. So it's not that anyone did anything wrong. Just the people that it goes smoothly for are extremely, extremely, extremely lucky and blessed. So Paula was amazing. I did give birth to my daughter naturally in Laniado. I have a lot of mixed feelings about it, but I think that's not what this podcast is about, or this conversation is about. And I will just say that I had Paula again for my second birth, and she was just as amazing and supportive. And I was a little nervous because I wanted to have an epidural the next time. And she just said, "Talia, that's fine. I'm here to support you in your birth." And she was there for me then too. And I just realized how important she was for me. And I will never, ever forget her. And like, she's so loved, I'm sure by many, but by me, because she was my doula. It's like, so for me with her, it's like almost like she's like my birth mom, she took
I so agree. It is amazing the bond that is formed between birthing woman and doula or midwife. It kind of depends on who's the one at that moment holding the birthing mother's hand. Like when you help a woman through that deep, powerful, challenging experience of birth, like you earn a place in her heart as if you are her mother. That's how I feel about my doulas. They are like
Totally.
my mothers in my heart,
Yeah.
even if I don't talk to them. And safety.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. 100%. That really is what it is. And I should have actually prefaced this by saying I have always been obsessed with birth. Just like I was always reading, like I was a little kid reading like Lamaze books and all this stuff in the libraries. My mom was kind of like, but it was just interesting to me. Like, wow, I just couldn't believe it. Anyway, so back to the story. Anyway, I just kind of was like, oh, and I thought I wanted to be a male edit, and I actually did Shrut Lumi in the delivery room and telestromer as well. But after doing Shrut Lumi and going through a few different machlakot, I was like, no, I actually just want to do birth and maybe not the medical side of it. So I thought about being a doula back then, but first of all, I don't think it was that much of a thing. And also, really, I think this is an important thing to say. Hakol meduyak. I don't know how you would say that in English, but it's like kind of like not exactly that everything happens for a reason, but everything that happens in your life, it's precise. It's, I don't know, maybe you can help me kind of define that more for American Anglos that might not be
I
familiar.
closest English phrase is everything happens for a reason, but you're right that the nuance is slightly different. It's more like everything happens maybe in the right time.
Yes. So I went on to have like, I have 5 children. I had them all in the space of 9.5 years. And I, Baruch Hashem, was able to breastfeed my children. And let's just say being a doula throughout those years would not have been, would not, it wouldn't have been good for me. And I don't think I could have done it anyway. So fast forwarding many years later, not finding myself and being fairly unhappy as far as like fulfillment. And I always used to say to my husband, there is no way I'm going to sit behind a desk and like be like, no, I can't. That'll literally kill me inside. I can't. Like, I need to work with something that I'm like all in. So fast forward, my best friend, I'll give her a shout out. Her name is Rachel Stoklasa. She made it's okay, I can mention her. She made Aliyah. And she's like, Talia, oh, and she got pregnant, thank God. Talia, you have to come with me to my birth. I was like, what? I've been waiting my whole life for someone to tell me, Talia, you have to come to my birth. I was like, of course I'll come. I love this. So I did. We won't go into the details of her birth, but I definitely supported her through that. Baruch Hashem, thank you so much, Rachel, for giving me that opportunity. And I was just kind of like boom. And also she said to me, Talia, what are you doing? You have to become a doula. And I said to her, I was like, you're right. And actually, I really wanted to do this for a long time. And everything just went like fell into place. I told another very, very close friend of mine here in the area, and she's like, Talia, I just heard that my reflexology teacher named Irit Landau just opened a doula course, and it's starting now. Like, contact her today. So I did. I think like this happened all in about 2 weeks from the time I was at the birth until I signed up and it was started to go. That's exactly how everything started to roll.
Wow.
And the rest is kind of history, but I've never felt more fulfilled. It's actually, I want to say, similar to parenting in the fact that there's so much joy and also so much other emotions. It really brings like highs and lows and the amount of thinking you do about birth. It's like a whole nother thing. It's such a privilege to work in this field. For me, I'm so happy and I'm obsessed with it. You know how they say, you found your, I don't know, niche or your thing in life when you're always thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that's how it is for me. I'm always thinking about it, always.
Oh, I so empathize.
So
Yeah.
that's the story.
Wow, that's a lovely story. Thank you for sharing it with us. Can you tell us about what aspect of being a doula do you think is really uniquely you? Like when you go and you support a family, what are you bringing them that really no other doula could bring them because it's Talia's?
It's kind of hard for me to say because I only know myself, you know? I can only speak like about what I think is, I don't know, maybe unique about me, but I'm not sure. So I think I have first of all, I fall in love with people instantly, meaning like I can talk to anybody. It's sometimes maybe I should like a little more like, no, I'm not talking about professionally, but I'm talking about like maybe I'm a little too friendly. But sometimes. But I feel like I have a very like I'm just like all hands on deck. I'm all in. I try to be very optimistic. I don't know if I want to say bubbly. I'm sure that my personality is coming through now.
Hmm.
But I try and like bring like some like energy and some um like I try and lighten things too. And I can connect with people very easily and I love it. And I hope that the mutual feeling for my clients. Like I said, I'm sure this is not unique to me, but I'll just say it about myself is that I'm really all in. I'm all in. Like I will do anything and everything that I can to ensure that I'm providing what the couple needs. Obviously, specifically the woman giving birth, um, what she needs, and it's okay if it's. I'll just like a little example is I have like a birth class that I give, and I have one client right now that I'm realizing for her, she needs to kind of lead it. So I can really roll. I have a lot of flexibility, um, and I want to say intuition. And I feel like I can really, really mold and or ebb and how do you say that? Ebb
Evan.
and flow.
Yeah.
Yes, with well, for sure with whoever I'm working with, and of course whatever comes up.
Yeah. It's a wonderful quality to be able to really meet a family's specific needs, which are different from every family to every family. No one has the same needs. That's so
Yes,
valuable.
I'm not sure if this is your question or if it'll be a next question, but I would like to also say that I feel like a lot of I'm not sure, this is an assumption, and I think a lot of doulas bring specific like shitot, specific methods. And one of the things that really I feel very passionately about is that there's not one correct way to give birth. That is like really a huge like when someone says to me, Talia, what's your approach to birth? I'm like, well, if you mean method, I really don't have one. But my approach is that you have amazing intuition about what you believe to be right, the right way for you to give birth. And
Yeah.
I'm here to support, provide tools, techniques, and hopefully keep in line with that vision of yours.
Yeah.
Oops,
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't think anything more could be expected or asked of a doula. That's the job description in my opinion. It's not always what you get, but it's really what I would expect a doula to do. Can you tell us a story? Everyone loves stories. Can you tell us a story of birth that you think would be useful, interesting, inspiring to all the expecting moms and parents who are listening?
Well, for me, there's no high like leaving a birth feeling like both mom and baby are healthy, of course, physically, but also emotionally. And it doesn't depend on how smoothly the birth went or what came up. It's just like it's a different thing. It's almost a more spiritual thing. It's just like the most beautiful experience. And I was actually just thinking about what's so beautiful about birth. And there's so much, but even just like the what I see during a birth and a baby emerging, it's just to me, it's just so beautiful. I know women that is insane. I never want to watch myself give birth. And most of you guys don't want yourselves give birth. That's fine. But there's something so amazing. And there's so many questions like, what is life? What is before birth? It's actually quite emotional for me to talk about all of a sudden. But birth is beautiful. Every birth deserves its own spotlight and its own kavod, its own like each birth deserves its kavod, no matter how complicated or how smooth it went.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%. And one of the things I love about the questions is that I'm sure anyone who's listening knows that I ask everyone the same questions. And yet each conversation is so different because each doula is so different. Their opinions, their experiences, their education, their spiritual self, their soul, it's all coming through. And like when you don't answer my question and instead you talk about the like mystery and magic of birth, like that's part of who you are. And that's why we're here talking, so that moms who are wondering if they want Talia at their birth, they get to feel who you are. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can you give a pregnant woman a piece of advice? Like, what do you think she should know to prepare herself for birth?
Okay. So again, this is like, I want to kind of like zoom out, because I think it really touches on what I spoke about before about what makes me unique, possibly what makes me unique, about, my approach to birth. And I think that I really want to pass this on to women that are expecting, is that, there's, first of all, there's so much information online these days, and it can be so overwhelming. Balance, position, nutrition. Should I sleep on this side? Should I sleep on this side? Can I work out? Like, what can I do? And I just really want people to be able to just like, and like be able to put their hands on their stomachs and like just think for a minute about yourself.
Yeah.
What feels right to you?
Yeah.
Don't think you don't know because this is your first time, or it's a different baby, or you have different situation now. You know best. Trust yourself. Bring you to the table, and we can just complement that. The people that are working with you hopefully are going to complement that. So I just really want to send women that are expecting, like, they can trust their intuition. They should have a lot of confidence in what they bring without, textbook tips, tricks, and information.
Yeah.
Think about what's right. And as you're listening and as you're learning and as you're being exposed to different things, use your filter and really listen to yourself. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give people that are expecting.
Such an important motherhood muscle to flex, because the more you listen to yourself, the better you get at listening to yourself. The first time you're going to be filled with questions. Should I listen to myself? How do I know what's right? How do I know what I think is the right thing to do? But the more often you just trust yourself, the stronger that instinct is and the more accurate it is. It is actually a muscle to train.
100%. And what better time to start doing that is before you actually, or as you are becoming a mother.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%. Thank you, Talia. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much, Adina. This was such a special opportunity.
Friends, check out the full directory for every interview we've done up until now, housed at my website, growinghappybabies.com. But before you go, I've got one question. Are you the kind of person who learns better by listening or by doing? In my 2-part online prenatal breastfeeding class, The Pocket Prenatal, I blend the basics of breastfeeding with practical hands-on skills. Choose to watch the videos on your computer or phone, read through the transcripts, or pop in an earbud, take a walk, and listen to the audio-only podcast version. After you've dived into the what's and whys of breastfeeding, join part 2, our live hands-on class, where we roll up our sleeves and practice the how of breastfeeding. Experience hand expression, learn how to size yourself for better pumping, practice bottle feeding techniques that improve your baby's sucking skills, and use easy bodywork exercises to help your baby's comfort, sleep, and digestion. You're going to walk out of this class with an essential toolkit for navigating early motherhood. This is the class every baby needs their mother to take. Go to thepocketprenatal.com and use your listener code, growinghappybabies, for a special 10% discount. See you there.